I want to wish you welcome here for my first presentation about human design. I'm so happy that I'm with such a nice group of people. You won't throw things at me. It will be sweet for me.
We're nice now.
It's nice now,
It better be good because we can turn.
Really great. And also for Richard to do all the copies. His whole printer is empty. Tonight we're going to talk about human design. And human design is not a belief system. It is something that you really can prove. Human design is actually, we've got the Western astrology, we've got the Hindu chakra, we've got the energetic channels of the Jewish Kabbalah together, we've got the ancient Chinese philosophy of the I Ching, and we've got the quantum physics, biochemic, and the genetic system all together in one system. So it is huge. You can have a lot of things. And this started all not too long ago. In 1987, we had a supernova. Are you following? Yes. Yes.
She's very intense.
Yeah. 1987, we had a supernova. That is the explosion of a star. And then we got bombarded with milliards neutrino parts. So more than we've got normally from our own sun. And then we had somebody that's called Robert Allen Krakauer. He was living in Ibiza. He was a Canadian teacher, and he's got a little bit of the path, and he was living completely alone in a ruin in Ibiza. And then he got the voice. So with that event, with the supernova, something happened to him. For 8 days he got a download. So everything got that. And then he could put this system, so all those things together. And then he started teaching, and then it comes that I stand here to explain the system to you. Human design is actually, you get a kind of blueprint of who you are, how your energies go, and where you're good at and everything. So it is fantastic. He got a lot of more information when he got the download. He got a lot of prediction about the future. So 2027, when we change from cross of planning to the sleeping phoenix, he talked a lot about that, and that we're going to get a new kind of humanity. That's called the rave, that is going to be born after 2027. They're going to be different than we are, because he heard also that we are the Homo sapiens in transitus, we call that. So in 1781, when Uranus came to part, then we came to life. So first you had the 7 chakra people, and then we came in 1781 as the 9 chakra people. So, and we're a in-between form for the rave that are coming after 2027. And yeah, we still don't know really how they are going to be, but they're going to have much more mental capacity than we have. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to live to see that. It's not too long anymore.
Can't we be upgraded? Can't we be upgraded, or are we just stuck like this?
No, we're stuck like this.
Oh.
But
Go get YouTube for that.
we want to be happy with who we are.
I'll talk to
Yeah, it's going to be. Oh yeah, that would be wonderful. Make a picture. So we're in a kind of in-between shape for the future. So then we've got the body graph that we all got here. So I'm going to explain a little bit what you see on the body graph. So let's start on top. We've got here the head center. Only 30% of us has that defined. Most of them are undefined. Then they're white on the body graph.
Sorry, can you say that again? I missed it.
Say it again, please.
The beginning.
Okay, this we start with the head center. If it is colored in, it is defined. So we call that defined. So the energy is constant. And if it is white, it is undefined, and then you don't have that energy constant at your proposal. So sometimes with the transit, sometimes with people who have the head center defined, if they are in your surrounding, then you get also the energy from them. But it is not constantly, so it comes and it goes. The head center is a pressure center. It is the same as the root center. We've got two pressure centers on the body graph. They give you pressure. So the head center is constantly talking and saying things and talk about things that don't matter. That is the biggest problem with the head center, that you constantly have questions in your head from other people that really don't matter. So that you know that is normal, that is nice. Then we've got, under that, we've got the Anya center. And the Anya center is an awareness center. The green one here. Yeah.
I have the green because you have this line. Mine is activated now. It's white. Mine is white, but yours is blue. Yeah, yours is blue. Yeah.
And that is, with the Anya center, you pretend that you are mentally certain. And you're not.
Oh, damn it. The answer, if it's defined, you're pretending that you're
Yes, that is true. Thank you, actually. Yeah. If it is defined and you got a constant voice in it. But if it is not defined, you think you're mentally certain, but you're not. So that is the thing. We've got a lot
So
of...
defined is green. What is it?
Yeah, then it's a defined.
This is going well.
Very well.
Most people say,
It stays this and that. So if it is defined or not, because if it is undefined, you're much more supple, you're much more open, and you reflect the other. So it is this and that. It is not that it is better or not. It is just different. That is the only thing. It is not about better or not. Then we've got, under here, we've got the throat center. And that is the manifesting part. So, only 30% of the people have an undefined throat center, so that it is white. That is very rare. And the problem, if it is undefined, most of the time you don't feel heard, because the energy is not constant. So you can talk, and then there is no energy, so people don't hear you. So most of the people are going to make jokes if they have an undefined throat center. That is very funny. They're the greatest comedians because as a child they didn't feel heard, so they will try to get the attention. So they're going to make jokes. That is very nice. Then under that we've got the G center, that is the yellow thing. The G center, that is about the love and direction in life. So, but also that when it is not defined, it can be really exciting, because if you got one of the love gates and it is not defined and you find somebody else that puts your love gate on, then you have a whole different experience than if it is just defined and you know what is happening. So it is never bad or not bad, it is just different.
And if it's white?
Yeah, what if it's white?
Yeah, then it is undefined.
Oh, so in my thing, everything is undefined. I'm a very undefined person.
Yes. You are, but that makes it different.
Yeah.
So all the open centers, they reflect, and that is wonderful. So you make it bigger, you reflect the other, so we can learn a lot about that.
Oh.
And only you need to know that you don't have constant energy in that center.
Everything is white.
No, you're not everything. You got only one line.
Just two.
Sorry. I know.
I have four that are white.
Then we've got here the red triangle. That is the heart center.
Oh, that's my heart center.
That is your heart center.
Which one's the amp?
Which one?
On the right one.
I need to have the next time.
It's under
The heart defined, to have the heart defined is not, is a bit rare, only 30%. And 30% of the people are here to prove themselves. Everybody with an undefined heart center are not here to prove themselves. They can just be laid back. So don't make promises, don't do it. Because most of the time you can keep them. It's very difficult because you don't have the constant energy to keep them. And the strange thing is the people who have a defined heart center, they are here to prove themselves and they don't.
They don't.
They don't. It is just funny.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Then we've got another two awareness centers. Here we got Anja's awareness, and here we got the splenic. Here we got all the fears.
Fears.
Here the splenic.
My splenic is yours.
That,
I'm scared of
The triangle.
here is the splenic.
Oh, spleen.
The spleen center, yes, the splenic center. It could be an authority, because now we come in the, oh, I do that later. So the most of our fears are in the splenic center.
Oh.
So that is, but then it is open, and then you reflect it. So yes, you can be more fearful than somebody else that has it defined. It is just another experience then.
Mine is defined.
And you feel also what is also with the spleen center, if you have it not defined, you could hang on things that are not very healthy for you.
Yeah.
So people with undefined spleen do that. They hold on from things that are not really healthy for them. And when it is defined, you don't listen to your instincts, because this is also the center of instincts, and that is happening if it is defined, you don't listen at it.
Don't listen.
Yeah, you don't listen to it.
Yeah,
That is my trip now, because I listen more.
I don't. No, I just don't.
Then we got the round thing in the middle,
my-
that is
yeah.
the sacral center. The sacral is a big motor, and 70% of the people in the world have that defined. And the sacral center make noises. So it is a bit like a caveman that does or That is what the sacral does. Then on the other side, we've got the emotional center.
And then how many
This side. Oh, that is clear, that is where our emotions are coming from. And then you got again, if that is open, if that is white, not defined, and you have something to do with somebody that is emotional, you enlarge it. So the most people that have this not defined are very, very emotional. So that is completely contrary to what you think.
I know.
And most of the time the emotions are going to be too much.
Mine is white.
So if they're in a quarrel, they get too much emotions, they cannot handle it, they walk out.
Yeah, that's me.
And then most of the time you don't understand that. I'm emotional defined, so I don't understand that somebody with this open can have this reaction, because I'm used to those emotions. But if it is not defined, it can be very overwhelming.
Oh, so wait, sorry, white is not defined. I'm sorry.
The white is not
White
defined.
is not defined. So I'm not finding this one.
Yeah,
So we're not so emotional.
you're extra emotional.
Extra.
We
Yeah,
are
that's it,
extra
yeah.
emotional.
And then we come to the bottom part. That is the root center. That is again the pressure center. So if that is undefined, then you feel everybody's stress. If it is defined, then you don't feel everybody's stress. That is easier, for me is that easier because everything goes with me on this undefined part. So that is, it is better to have it like Annika, all white, then it is more divided. Then you don't have everything on one point.
So I have to.
But
Okay.
it is also an experience. It is this and that. It is not wrong or something else. So let's go to the. I want to go now. We've got all the centers, and now I want to talk to you about this, about being a generator, being a projector, or being a manifestor. We don't have any reflectors tonight, but they're very rare. There's only 1% of the population that is reflector. So it doesn't matter, you don't see them often. But on a cactus.
Reflective is all, isn't it?
I found them on cactus. That was really nice. Let me see that I got all my pictures with the. So 70% of us is a generator. And the generator, you can recognize that because they got that sacral defined, that middle red thing in the middle. That is 70% of humanity. The generators are the workers. So we are the biggest group. And then we divide in manifesting generators and normal generators. Yeah.
Only generators.
Only generators. Yeah, that's better to say than normal.
Only
Well, those manifestors are a little bit crazy most of the time. So actually it fits. The manifesting generators, they walk too fast, they skip steps, so most of the time they go from A, B, C and then to F or G, and then they need to come back because it doesn't work. So that is the difference with the manifesting generators and the normal generators. I wanted to tell a lot more, but yeah, I got it here. We're talking now also about auras, and not of the color, but the shape of the aura. So if you're a generator or a manifesting generator, you got a very open aura. So life bumps into you. That is also your strategy. You need to wait and sit till life knocks on your door, instead of haunting it like the most manifesting generators do. Just wait and sit. So if there is a lot of satisfaction for the generators, then they're really in flow, then they're doing well. And if not, they feel frustration. That's why we live in such a frustrated world. We contaminated with our frustration. So the moment that you know that you feel really satisfaction, then you're in flow. Then life goes as how it is meant to be. Then we've got some manifestors here. We've got a manifestor, and there's another one. There's only 9% of the population is a manifestor, so there's not so many. And manifestors are more like the American dream. They make impact. They got a very repelling aura, so it is very fast, so they can make impact. So they are the only people around us that can really do what they want. We as generators, we need to wait till life knocks on the door, and they can make impact. So that is actually what the American dream describes, but we got it all wrong, because now we do all the American dream, and we got only 9% that can do that. So most of the time they're in peace, that is their state of being in peace. And if the manifestor is not doing what he needs to do, then he's angry. And you can really feel the anger of the manifestor. It is really My sister, she's a manifestor, and if she gets angry with me, it is worse than a normal generator gets angry with me. So you feel it much more. So it is really, it's kind of overwhelming. And then we've got the projector. The projector has a pointy aura. We got different projectors here. Here's one, here's a few. We got more projectors. 20% of the world population has a projector aura. And the difference with the projector aura, they're kind of new. So after 1781, when we changed from the 7th century in the 9th, then the projectors came. And so they're kind of new, and they're guides actually. They're like presents. But because they got such a pointy aura, and because it is not teach that they need to have an invitation before they say something, we feel them stinging. It is really stinging. So if they say something uninvited, then you're really, ooh. You feel that it hurts a little bit. But if you have the invitation as a projector to say what you think, because they're very sharp, like they see everything. So if you got an invitation, then you can really help people and guide people, because that is why you're actually here. All those non-sacrals, so well the manifestors or the projectors, they don't have the energy level that the generators have. So they need to be careful with their energy. A generator is best if he completely is exhausted in the evening. So if you've got rid of all your energy, you sleep the best. But with projectors and manifestors, it is different. You don't need to get exhausted, because that is really making you sick. So while working ethics, actually you need to do it different. So you need to work a few hours and then take a break. And take more breaks than that you work. That is not working in this world. So we've got bitter and angry people everywhere, because that is with the projector. If he is in flow, he feels successful, and if he's not, then he feels bitterness. Most of us know people that are really bitter. That I know a few. Really bitter. Those are projectors that is not recognized for what they are, and they get more bitter by the age, and that's a pity, because it is a real present. Only you need to know what you can do with it. Well, then we got the reflectors. We've got no reflectors here, but they have a complete open body graph. Everything is undefined. So they're sampling. Their aura is a sampling aura, and it's a kind of Tefal aura. Because they are so open, they need a kind of protection. So you got, with the non-sticky pan, their aura is like that. You can throw things on it, but it will glide on. But they need it because they're completely open. And they cannot easily make decisions. They take a month, because they need to find they follow the lunar circle to make decisions. But I had a relationship with 2 years with a reflector. That was really awful with making decisions. We would never get anywhere.
I'll think about it.
After 2 years I had it with that. Now I understand it better, it's a pity. Then I want to go to I wanted to tell more about these things, but I forget what. Yeah, we can do this. The projectors, they work very good one-on-one. They're not very good in groups. The generators, they like groups. They're very good in big groups. Well, the manifestors, they work alone. Because they are so fast. So the manifestors is such a different aura. They can go very quick. So that's why they also need to inform people the people that matter, what they're going to do. Because if they start, it is go youth. So the rest of the people, they look just for, wow, what is happening? I had that a few times. It goes really fast. So if they don't inform, then you get a lot of problems and you lose your peace. And you want your peace. We go over now. What did I want to do? Can we go over to the lines?
You have a specific outline for manifesting generators.
The manifesting generators. Well, yeah, they're still generators, but what I said, they skip steps. They have the manifesting power. Because you're a manifesting generator, if you got one of the motors, so you got a defined sacral and one of the motors connected to the throat center, that means that you're a manifesting generator. And you're right, I need to tell a bit more about this. Yeah. Because the only thing I told about them is that they're missing steps, but that is not. They are still a little different than the normal generators. They operate completely different because they got that manifesting part. So also when they are when they're children, they practice in their manifesting things. So with children, it is really, parents get completely crazy because you got a child that is only starting projects but don't finish them. So the parents think, oh no. This is not gonna work. But they're only practicing their manifesting part. So just leave them, let them go. It will be okay, they will be nice, good and grown-ups later on. Defined or undefined, you have all a not self. Because we grow up without human design, we don't know who we are, we don't know how our energies go. So you get indoctrinated by the parents, by the school, just by life. We are all homogenized in this life, and that's not fitting because, like I told you, how different we are. So you create a not self. And I've got somewhere here a nice paper that exactly says, what is your not self? Yeah, the not self team. We go from the head center, the not self team is occupied with questions that don't matter. I told you. With the Anya center, it is pretending that you're mentally certain. That is also something from the not self. With the throat center, trying to attract attention. I've done this. I've done it. We can skip it. You see two figures over there on the bottom. So you got the investigator, you got the hermit, the 2 for the hermit, you got the 3 for the martyr, you got the 4 for the opportunist, you got the 5 for the heretic, and you got the 6 for the role model. We can see this in a kind of house. So the 1 is the foundation. When you have a 1 in your system, in your definition.
Sorry, Leanne.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm at the table if you want.
I need you. You're very thorough. Because you're on the bottom of the I Ching, you're a bit insecure, so you invest everything. You read everything from a certain subject. You keep learning. Because you want to, and you're the investigator, so you want to know everything.
Unusual.
Then you see the 2 that is at the window, that is the hermit.
Yeah, really hard.
The hermit likes, like a hermit, he likes to pull back, hide in the house. They love that. But they also, they can also all kinds of talents. and they don't know about it. For them it is very normal. They can do everything. It is incredible. So the two is, and they don't know it. They just go, oh yes, of course I can do that. Huh? And they can paint beautifully. Or they got other beautiful skills. They got a lot of talent, but normally they don't do much with their talents. They just leave them. They like to be the hermit. So they pull back and don't do anything with their talent. Then you got the tree. That is actually going from the down floor to the first floor. And the tree is the martyr. The tree is here to see what doesn't work. So if a tree touches something, it breaks most of the time. Because they're here to see what doesn't work. So that is a thingy, but you need to accept that, because there is a kind of beauty in it. Because if you get a little bit older, you got so much knowledge. Because you know exactly what doesn't work. Because if you start something, you find first sparks that don't work. Ra himself, he said, if I want to get my computer fixed, I want to have a one tree that is fixing that. He says the one knows everything about the computer because he doesn't stop with study. And the tree will hold just that piece in this hand what needs to break. So that is perfect. But that is why he called the martyr, because if you stumble in every hole that there is, often you can cry about it from, why me? So you are the martyr. Then we've got the 4, that is the opportunities. He is actually like the one on the bottom of the first floor. And the opportunities, the name already says it, they have a lot of opportunities. They have a network. That is how they function. They need a network. Sometimes you hear about people that have a relationship and they go from one relationship and the other. Most of the time that are 4. They need to do that like that. Because they are a 4, they cannot lose their network. So they skip from one relationship to the other. They're the most friendly people. If you have a party and everybody is around somebody, most of the time that is a 4.
If you're a party. I have a question. Sorry, can I do that? I find the word opportunistic not so nice, because opportunistic is actually a person that when you say this and you like that, okay, I go with you. When you say something else, okay, that's better for me, then I go with you. And I am here an opportunistic, I have an opportunistic role model. Feel good for me because
It is wonderful. One of the stories is, I bought Richard's house, but I could not find it. I had a friend who is also a 4/6. So we look at the same computer on the same sites, but I'm not an opportunist. I'm just a martyr. Yeah. I just cry.
So it does have a different meaning.
And he looks in the computer and he finds Richard's house. I got really upset with those things. Now I know, so I ask also somebody that is a 4 if I really need to find something. That's a nice opportunity.
Normally Richard takes your money and doesn't let you know where the house is.
That's very nice.
I'm very happy in the house. So yes, it is maybe not such a good name, but it is what it is. You find the opportunities.
Meaning,
Yeah. We're now at the 5. That is the heretic. The heretic is, you see, he's in front of the window on the 2nd floor, and the heretic is called like that because they're very good problem solvers. And that gives also the projection. So people are normally go to 5s to give them their problems because they think constantly in solutions. And that gives a kind of projection where you're not so happy with, because people see you not who you are. So a 5 has a lot of problems with that projection. So that people see you not who you are. So for instance, they think you're a wonderful ballet dancer. You're not. But that is what they see. That is a projection that somebody else has. And with the problem solving, it is also a thingy, of course. We can also use the Greek general. And normally in Greece we had those city-states, and you got the democracy, and that doesn't work in war. So if you have a war, in those days you would have a general, and then you say, here, you got all the power, but just get rid of those guys. Then, and then the general would do his job, he would get rid of those guys, but then he's got the power, and he doesn't give it back. So most of the time the heretic is going to be chased out of the city. That is the fate of the 5. They have that. And then we,
6 too.
then we've got the 6, the role model. The 6 is something special. He's on the roof, but he is not on the roof from the beginning. The 6, he starts as 1, goes then to 2, to 3. Until the age of 30, he is a 3. But he's not made to be a 3. So everything fails, and he finds out what doesn't work. But he's not fit for that. So that is a very hard time for the 6. Most 6s are very happy if they have the age of 40. They say, oh, life is normal.
What happens after?
If you are a 3, you're very strong to get all those problems that they make. But the 6 doesn't have that. So, but he had that life. So if I hear 6s talking about the 3, they all feel sorry for the 3. They think you have a horrible life. Because for them it is really hard. And finally, around the age of 50, you're on the roof and you got an overview. So that is perfect. So you can see everything what is going on. And then is the thing, you need to come up sometimes from the roof, of course. But it's the same as the 2 that needs to go out of the house too, and it doesn't either. So with the 6 it is the same. If he's on the roof, he thinks, I'm fine here. Bye.
She didn't talk about
No, no.
So that is just the
graph, and now she's
I Ching. Then we go back to the body graph, because we got also some lines. That was not easy, because I had a lot of charts of you, so I wanted to try some lines to do the figures and the lines. I wanted to do that, but then that everybody has that. So that would be the nicest thing. But I didn't get there all.
Would it help to just go through the list of numbers and ask who's got them and just work with the ones that people have got?
I already done that. I got a whole list filled with what everybody had. So I've been busy all week. It was nice because the channel 4629, 22 of you got something with that. So only
46 and then?
29.
yes. If you look here, the G center and the sacral here on this side is the 2946.
Oh yes, you have that one.
Yeah.
What's that one? 24?
No, Stephanie, you were the hardest.
46.
Oh, yeah,
We're
great together, right?
Yeah, I have to marry you.
She was the opposite. Okay, they got opposite.
Yeah. So she said, like, what does that mean? Who you have to marry? Because they know each other.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had 22 people who had something with it. So
29, right?
we've got Antonia, John, Monique, and Del. They got the whole line. We got Stephanie, Alison, Resmi, Yvonne, Sue, Richard, and Richard, both of Richard, Lee and Helen, they got the 46, and we got Evelyn, Franca, Sam, Nick, Emmanuel, Maxine, Marie, Volker and Anna that got the 29.
Okay.
So that's the half.
Great matches then.
So
That's extremely
Try to
awesome.
partner.
it was quite unique that I got so many people
Yeah, it is.
that have the line in common.
Wow.
So I'm gonna,
Ah,
yeah, that was really nice, yeah. That's why I want everybody's chart so I could calculate what can I use. That everybody has something about it. You see, sometimes the centers are connected with the other center, and that would make them defined. So, if you got the whole channel, that is always different than that you only got one of the gates. Because you can also have one of the gates. If you got one of the gates, he will always long for the other side. So you're very good together. You're very good.
yeah, I've only got one of the gates.
In human design, we call that an electromagnetic. You really look for the electromagnetic because that is attractive. The problem is if you got a longer relationship, it is also an opposite. So later on in life, it's not so nice. But that's later. In the beginning, it is very attractive.
Oh, but you are
The
connected.
channel 2946 is the channel of discovery.
Oh.
And it's a design, yeah, of succeeding where others fail.
Wow, 49.
Yeah. It is also, the 29 is the channel of the gate that says yes.
29, 40, yeah, we are still in that stage.
And the problem is, you really need to say yes to the right event if you got this line or if you got these gates. That is really important because you have the urge to say yes to everything.
If you have the gate, does that mean you've got a blue spot?
Yes,
Right, okay.
yes, you got them too. No, you
No,
got
no,
them.
not
No,
that one,
no.
no,
That's
46
the
or
two.
29.
Yeah, that is next door.
Yeah, I know that too.
There were not so many with the two, so we didn't get there. If you, it's okay, Cor. You can easily fail if you choose an event where you say yes to from the head. So normally you can be very successful with this line, but not if you choose it from the head. Then it is really devastating. Something that is very easy for everybody else will be difficult for you then if it is from the head. It is, you are in a situation as 2946 in an event and you don't understand really where you're in. So you say yes to something and then you need to let go because this goes about the ride. It doesn't go that you understand what is happening, it goes about the ride. And that is really difficult because we're always in the head, we want to know what is going on, we want to know what the other is thinking, we want to get control. And if you got this line, you need to lose that control. You need to let it go. And the thing is, it's going to be clear on the end. So you have a kind of event, you say yes, you go in it, you let go, and then on the end, you get clarity of what was the lesson in this and what did I encounter now. But if you're in it, it is very confusing and very difficult. I got everything now.
Diana,
Yeah.
what does only 29 mean? Do you know that? Or
Yes, I
only
come here
46?
now.
Okay.
That the gate 29 is the abysmal, the gate of the horrible word, perseverance. No, I don't say it. Perseverance, thank you. Yeah. So you like to say yes, but you need to say yes to the right event. And if you say yes, you also got the power and the perseverance to continue it. What the discovery brings. You got the energy to really go through the most difficult situations as a 29, because it cannot be, how difficult it gets, it doesn't matter. You get that energy, you get through that, because you need that. Yeah.
And the 46?
And the 46, that is called the pushing upward, the gate of the determination. So you're really determined. That is the 46. Gate 46 is focused on the quality of life that we experience in a physical body. The 46 is also one of the love gates. So, and it is the love of the body. That is for the 46. They love everything on the body. They're very good body workers. They like to do the massage, but they're also not afraid of the body functions. So everything that comes out of the body, they don't care. So the gate 46 is focused on the quality of life that we experience in a physical body, and the sensual honoring as a temple. So it is a very bodily gate. The whole line is very about the body. You are one who lives the good fortune and discovery of serendipity. If you cannot commit yourself to the clinical nature of life, your body will begin to fail under the stress of constant crisis. Without the 29 if you've got only the 46, you may recognize the right timing, but not have the energy to begin the process of the perseverance to complete it. Perseverance! We had 15 people
At the same, so.
with the channel 1762. The 1762 is the channel of acceptance, a design of an organizer.
Yeah.
You got really everything nice and organized. Acceptance here means mentally organizing information based on already substantiated detail, and it is an ongoing internal process. So, because it is between the anya and the throat, it is constantly talking to you if you got the whole channel.
So, it's always busy.
When you say, I don't understand you, as if you got the 1762, you're actually saying, I don't understand how you organize my perception of you. So it is a bit different. It is, or to put it, that it fits into my picture of the world. They're very like this, the 1762. It is a projected line, and that means, like the projectors, you need to be invited if you want to share what you got to say. And they're also very on the details, that they can talk a lot about little things. They've got a lot of details in their head, and they like to talk about that.
So, do you have a moment? Next year, yeah.
No.
So the possibility of meeting resistance of merely boring others with unshed trivia is big with the 1762. If you only got gate 17, that is called the following, the gate of opinions. That is the 17. That one is designed to structure an answer into a concept or a whole in a pattern, and needs to be logic. No logic in an opinion, then it gets rejected. You don't want it. It's very logical. Without gate 62, you look for a name of concepts, for facts to support your opinions, and you cannot find it, because therefore you need the 62. mental anxiety for you arises out of the fear that that no one will understand your value, your input. So that is when you're 17. The gate 62 is the preponderance of the small, the gate of details. That's why they can bore you, because they got all the details. I got a love letter from somebody with the whole channel. And and it is wonderful with all the love in, but there is also in that he's cooking, that he's got his fridge filled, and that he's doing the laundry. And I got that letter. I really had to laugh, because I would never put it in a letter. Yeah, that can happen. This gate 62 is about the gate for the little details. It is designed to name, concretize and communicate a visual pattern. It selects and organizes facts in order to better understand and explain complex concepts or situations. You also want to wait to speak to avoid embarrassment of consultative blurting out facts and details that are unnecessary and maybe obscuring people's understanding. But because without gate 17, you can have all the details in your hand, but you can struggle to put them into proper structural context. So that is with the 17. Are we ready for another channel? Do you want more?
Yes.
Or is it already enough? Are you
That's something we have, right?
Another channel.
More.
Yeah.
Mass.
Yeah.
We also, okay, good, which one I can better take?
Yeah.
I want to do the 5818, that is here in the bottom, that goes from the spleen to the root. Here under, that is the
18, I've got none of them.
the 1858.
Not bingo.
That is also a very nice channel. The channel of judgment. These are the critics. I would love to have those 18. Then you don't have the problem that you're criticized. I lived a few years with somebody with that channel. They're constantly criticized. Yeah.
But I'm trying to work my way back.
So with this channel,
Yeah, for instance, his both portals are activated like mine, but his is black and red, and mine is all red with little black lines.
I will explain it. This is a very good question. I thought I'd leave it because it is a whole layer of the human design. Yeah, but we're gonna get it.
He's wicked on the spot.
No. You got a conscious part of your body and you got an unconscious part of the body. So the conscious part is in the black and the unconscious part is in the red. So what we say with human design, 88 days before you're born, your unconscious part is fixed, is given to you. So you cannot reach this part. So you need to hear from other people that you are like that. So you cannot help it either. So it will blur out when you least expect it. You have no control about it because it's in your unconscious part. The black part is easier because you know that you have that. And you can reach that and you can suppress it or make it more or do something with it. If it is striped, then it is conscious and unconscious. So you got both. That's not helping, so you know that you are, but it will still come out when you least expect it. Because it is in the unconscious. So that is difficult. And most of the time, you see here the planets, because with human design we use astrology. So if it is striped, most of the time you got it in different planets. It comes more times in this piece that's got all the planets, if it is striped. So that's, you understand what is happening?
I understand I need to buy the book.
Well, then it is undefined,
Interesting.
but it doesn't mean you don't have it. It is only coming to you and going. It's coming, going. So you don't have the access to it. So it is very interesting.
Occasionally you can be judgmental.
Yes. Yes,
But it suits.
that's true. You are occasionally judgmental.
Yeah.
We've got, of course, the neutrino parts that's coming from the sun. 70% of our neutrino parts are coming from the sun. So every day we've got some channels and some gates that are lighting up without you knowing it. And especially as a projector, you got more with the neutrino parts. That is all in a little book that is the epidermis. You can buy that. I get every day an email. We call this the weather message from the human design. What is hanging in the air? Because sometimes you got those days that everybody is a bit strange. So then you can see which gate is on. Why is everybody like this? Or they're all annoying, or what is happening? Then you got the epidermis, and then you can see from what is happening today. Why is everybody like this? So yeah, the white part of our body graph is very interesting because you have that because we got everything, but not constant. So that was always good lessons. We needed to color in everything we don't, we are not. Shall we go back to 5818? Are we ready? The channel of judgment, the energy to see what is wrong and what is wrong with the pattern. It is a very critical channel, but that is nice because they're right. They see it.
Which one are you on?
Yeah, on the bottom. Yeah. No, you don't have it, I know. It is only 15 people that have this. No, 14 people. The other was 15. It is also nice if you are invited to give your critics, because if you just blur it out, people will resent you. That's real. You got experience. Yeah, but you got it also, one part is in the unconscious, you cannot help, and the other part is conscious. So it is tricky, yes?
I'm really bad at carrying.
Yeah, but now you know it. So the next time somebody says to you, "You're so critical," you can say, "Yes, but look, that is my body graph."
No, I'd explain.
I'll just blame you. Forget the paper.
Say it about you.
I was born this way. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah. But it's very good. These people, they can work as critic, as columnist, analyst, but they can also be a very good fire inspector because they're so critical.
But that's your new job.
So that is very nice.
Yeah.
So if you got only gate 58, that is called the joyous. So that is the gate of vitality, aliveness, and it has the sense when something is weak or unhealthy, then you know it. They can find it.
Je bent er between conscious.
You often provide the energy that is needed to move people from talking about something to really do something about it. If you got this gate. Yeah, most people say, yeah, I need to lose weight or I need to eat better, but they don't. If you got this energy, you can really push them. And then they will do something about it.
It doesn't go down well. About a year ago, I decided I am the director of something called truth therapy.
You have it.
No, you're lying to yourself. And it does not go. Children you can teach, adults are stuck in their ways.
Yeah, but that's why we got human design. If I come first and I explain that you got this channel, that they need to listen to you, that you know it, then it goes better. Then it goes absolutely better. We all need human design. Where was it? Okay, yeah, without gate 18, if you got the gate 58 and you don't have the 18, you can feel desperate loss of service in some way. No, that is not good. I cannot read it, my own handwriting. There's something desperate. You push to figure it out. If you got gate 18, that is work on what has been spoken, the gate of correction.
Correction.
Yeah, it is the vigilance and determination to uphold and defend basic and fundamental human rights.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is the
absolutely.
human rights channel. It endures naming and challenging what needs to be corrected. That is what it really likes. It is also a gate that has the fear of authority.
Yeah.
So, maybe you can recognize that. I got it. I got it. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
No, I should have bought that. I'm not taking any notes.
And it is to challenge that authority. It is and this works better on the connected level. Without the 58, you can become a fault finder. Yeah, what is a fault? Because that is if you don't have the 58. The funny thing about if you got this channel is also that you need to be very sportive. People that got all three of those from the planning. No sport. You need to do sport.
From which one?
Yes.
Still 58.
If you got all three of them, if you got them from the splenic to the root, you need sport.
Oh.
You need to be sportive.
Sporty.
And what if you don't?
You get sick. Oh no, and if you don't sport,
My
you
fault,
get really
sorry.
sick.
What you
People
need
that-
now.
if you don't need to sport.
My body will tell you otherwise.
Yeah, you will be like me, so one of them I can be very fanatic and then I do that 2 years and then I leave it. But if you got these three channels, then you will always do sport because you feel that your body needs it. So you will have to continue. That is the channel of inspiration. The energy of a creative self-expression generates role models to follow. You are born to stand out from the crowd. With the help of your unique creative work and also to empower other people to be daring and to go for it. So you can, it is a leadership channel.
Leadership.
Yeah, it is definitely leader. Gate 1 is the creative. So you're happily absorbed in your own thing to do. And you're not aware to attract others, but they will. Because you are the leader, you got that energy. To be creative. And yeah. If you look to gate 8, then you're better equipped to promote. So the gate 8 is the gate of contribution. You're drawn to what is novel and innovative Attract other people to lead by example, and they follow without gate 1. You'll be more the agent that promotes others. So if you don't have the 1, only the 8, you're better to start a gallery. That will work. Because you're very good in promoting things what the 1 creators made. So. Yeah.
Diana, how accurate is this?
Well, I do this now for 4 years, and 4 years, every time it proves itself. So I think it is very accurate.
Lord.
Seems pretty good for me, I've got to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right, Frank?
Yeah, so far, everything's fine.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, pretty much, quite frightening. Really.
Richard, I've been around with 20 years and it's surprising how accurate it can be.
No, we
It really shocks me sometimes, I don't want to hear it.
And what is that?
It is good stuff.
It is really incredible.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you, for the first time give up, you find human design, because you got the not self, the one you hate, so you don't recognize yourself in everything. Sometimes it takes a little bit. When I remember 4 years ago when I got my first reading, he said some things to me. I was a nice leader. Not a leader at all. I'm very submissive at this moment. He said, I'm not a leader at all. So then he needed to take me back to my youth, and then some things came out. Okay, that's true. So that is always in the beginning. But if you are a bit in this system, it is addictive, because it is every time right, and it proves itself constantly. And life also gets very easy, especially if you're a generator, because you just can sit at home and wait till life knocks on your door. So it's going to be much easier, and you get more confidence, because you understand that you're just you're on the back seat of the car. So just sit here and look what the experiment is going to do. So you get more calm and easy, and you don't chase so many things. And most of the things fall away, because you got in your head from I'm like that and I need to be like that. My mother wants me to be a doctor.
Exactly.
Things like that, and I'm a doctor. But you're absolutely, you're nice, you're a 1/8 and you're so creative as well. You want to be painting and do other things. So if you find that out, then you can easily say to your mother, from, hey mom, I was a doctor, but now I'm going to paint, look. It's over.
You can use it for anything, right?
So it makes life
Would be
much
good to use it as a child and say, hey,
and
stop.
more fun. So you get more to do where you actually been born for to do, and not be busy with all kinds of things that don't contribute to your life.
Diana, it amazes me, I've said it before, with the group we've got, the amount of information that is with different people is absolutely incredible.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
One person like yourself has put so much into it. I mean, we've got to thank you for all the work you've done. All the
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's really great.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.